What's going on YouTube? Welcome to another episode of the Friday Vape Club. As always, your host, Squidly, back for another review for you. Today we are looking at this little gem. This is the Vaporesso Gen Nano. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna dive down and we're gonna take a real quick look around this thing, and then we'll do the usual stuff. I'll give you the pros, cons, flavor, all the good stuff. All the good stuff you've come to know and love. So stick around, watch this video. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button for me. Do not forget to smash that like button. And let's roll that intro. Alrighty, here we have a closer look at that Vaporesso Gen Nano. Oh, look at the bloody, look at it. Look at it. It is just gorgeous. So the kit as it comes is the Gen Nano, which is the mod, and then you get the GTX2 tank. So this thing here is a little 22mm tank. Up the top, it does have a 510 drip tip. You've got some lovely knurling around the top here, which is how you unscrew and fill this thing up. So it doesn't have any fill ports. You just literally dump your juice on the inside. Not a real big fan of systems like this. I worry about the glass coming off the O-ring and then spilling liquid everywhere, and you end up with a big sticky mess, just like I had with your mum last night. You do have a massive fat O-ring on the bottom here, which will aid in preventing that glass from moving. So they have thought about that with this fill system, which is kind of cool. You get the same knurling on the AFC as you do up the top to kind of keep it all uniform, and that's what it looks like underneath. And one of the cool things I like about this tank is it does take the GTX coils that come with the PM80 and the PM80 SE, so they are compatible with this tank. And here we have a look at the Gen Nano mod. So a couple of specs on this thing. With the tank included all the way to the top of the drip tip, it is 111mm. It is 40mm across and 24.3mm in diameter. Up the top you do have that gold plated spring-loaded 510 pin. Down the front here is your fire button. You do have a nice LED screen. You've got your up, down, and then your mode button. And then underneath, you got a little bit of battery venting under here. And then you got nothing on the back. You've got that lovely coating on the side. This coating just has to be felt to be believed. It's scratch resistant, heat resistant. It's from the original Gen, if anyone knows the Gen, the dual 18650 regulated version, the taller big brother to this. But yeah, it's a fantastic coating. So a couple of specs on this thing, if you were wondering. It does have the Axon chip in here, which is capable of firing at like 0.02 seconds or something ridiculous like that. So great firing power. Axon chip is pretty decent. It does have a 2000 milliamp hour battery, so you're looking at probably the equivalent of maybe a single 18650 or something like that. So, if you're going to vape this all day, every day, you probably will need to charge it throughout that day. And this thing is capable of doing all the way from 5 to 80 watts. There you go. That's a look around it. There's not much to it. You do have a USB charging port there as well, and it will charge in relatively quick time. So, enough time to put it on charge at smoke hour and have a fresh battery by lunch. The one thing I like about these Gen Nano and also the new Gen S is these faded colorways. Just gives it such a different look. I love it. I love this blue, green, kind of teal color. It's just a fucking gorgeous looking device. So I'm not going to show you the menu system or how to get into it. It's literally just use this button 1, 2, 3, and then you can scroll through. If you do want to to see more reviews about this or how to use the menu system, go and check out my original Gen video. I do run through very quickly. So if you have been playing around with the device and you see you're in like eco or pulse mode and you don't know how to get back to variable wattage mode, I'll show you really quickly. You hit the mode button 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and then you go into the DIY mode, hit that button, and there you go, variable wattage mode. And now you can see I'm in variable wattage and I've got the preheat normal. I don't worry about any of the other preheats, but that's it. All right, so that's a quick look around the Gen Nano Kit. Let's take a look at the packaging. All right, here we have the packaging for the Vaporesso Gen Nano. Got the picture on the front, kind of look at the colorway. Not exactly identical, but you know, same. Not really much on the top or the sides. On the back, it's got a little bit of info for you if you want to have a pause and a read, but usual back of box bullshit. All right, you open her up and you got a whole load of stuff. Let's get into it, eh? USB charging cable. You got a user manual. You got a card about the different coils. Look at that. Warranty card. An envelope. You get a spare coil head. I think this is a 0.6. Yeah, if you've seen any of the other Vaporesso GTX coils, it's exactly the same. And you get a spare glass section. This is the straight glass section. It'll reduce capacity to about 2 mils. All right, let's jump back up top. Let's do pros, cons, price, and if I think this is the best or the worst device ever. So there we had a quick look around the Vaporesso Gen Nano and the GTX2 sub-ohm tank. So we're gonna take it for a vape. I've got the airflow fully open. I have got the Bulle Bolu on the inside. Got the 0.2 ohm coil in here. It is at 53 watts on the dial. Let's do it. Oh yeah, that's a decent little vape. All right, so let's talk about the pros and the cons. All right, so the pros for this, really simple. Great little tank. Flavor is pretty sensational. That's because they're using the GTX coils. So the GTX coils that you can get for the PM80 and the PM80 SE, they do fit in this sub-ohm tank. So that's another massive pro. Just like thinking about that, the way Vaporesso thought, well, we've already got a really great set of coils. Let's utilize them in something different. And they've done that right here. Beautiful little tank, holds as much liquid as you need. The airflow is pretty smooth. It's got a little bit of a noise to it. It's not the most quiet of a vape, but look, it is what it is. And I will sacrifice a little bit of annoyance for the great flavor that this tank has. When you talk about the Vaporesso Gen, love the size of this. It's little pocket friendly. Look at it. It's so small and petite. But it packs a punch, and that's kind of wicked. Love that. So you got a 2000 milliamp hour battery, so you know you may have to charge this throughout the day if you're a heavy vapor and you're using it as your primary vape. For me, quick charge overnight, and it was fine. It's got all the features that you would love and that you come to expect from the Vaporesso, from the Gen series, and it's got that typical Gen coating. The other cool pro for this is the colorway. I love this color. This is just a beautiful color. I love the two-tone, the faded look, sick. With all those pros out of the way, let's talk about the cons. Sorry, I'm just gonna have another vape because I love this thing. There's not really too many cons that I have with this overall kit. The first con, which I have, and and it's not really a con, it's just I'm not a fan of them, is the top fill system that this has. So I'm not a fan of top systems that feel like this. I always worry about the glass coming off and spilling everywhere, only because it's happened to me in the past. So look, it is a real issue that I have. However, the O-ring is pretty beefy on here, and I haven't had the glass move or slide or even show signs of moving or coming off as I've been trying to fill this thing up. So yeah, I thought it was going to be a con. It's just something I don't like, so it's not necessarily going to be a con for you guys. And it doesn't seem to, the glass doesn't move, so I can't really call it too much of a con. That was kind of it. I'm just being really, really nitpicky in here. Apart from that, I fucking love this thing. I love using it. I love the look of it. I love the feel. I love the airflow. I love the flavor. It's a great little device. So let's talk about the price. What is the Vaporesso Gen Nano Kit with the GTX2 sub-ohm tank gonna set you back? A little bit of Google foo around the internet, and I found it on sale in the States for varied prices. I saw it as cheap as 55 bucks, but I saw it as expensive as 75 bucks. So if you're in the US and you're after this, probably pay to do a little bit of research because you should be able to pick it up for anywhere around that. I reckon 60 bucks would probably be a good price. And here in Australia, I saw it for $95 from one of the biggest online vape distribution retailers that we have. 95 bucks is a pretty good price. You're gonna get a solid kit. You know, this has got that scratch resistant, fire resistant coating on it, which if anyone's seen the Gen, they know the Gen, we love the Gen. Yeah, it's a great little simple device, pocket friendly, good coils, good sub-ohm tank, good flavor. So if I had to give this thing a rating out of best device ever, worst device ever, nothing in between, just best or worst, it's going in the best category. Has to. It's a Vaporesso Gen. It's a Gen Nano. It's a little Gen. Get the big Gen and the little Gen. Fucking cool. And just the cross compatibility of those GTX coils with the PM80 SE, the PM80, and now this, fucking winner. You nailed it, Vaporesso. So that's all I've got for you guys today. I really hope you enjoy it. Like always, please like, please share, please subscribe. Keep it cloudy, YouTube. Keep it cloudy.
A Gotta Slut production.